Welcome back to my channel. Talks with Ogo with you on this channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Support my little ministry of subscribers and make sure that I can get monetized because I'm not yet monetized thanks to medical school, I guess, or maybe business, I guess. But please subscribe to my channel. Put on the post notification bell to get notified when I get to post, so I don't have to remind you that I'm posting a new video. This video is before this video starts, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. Quite an emotional video for me because a lot of thinking and brainstorm to actually do this. I'm kind of a private person. I don't like everything about my life being on the social media. I really like being private because social media is the whole world would see. I promised God something, and that was my fourth MBBS exam, that if I passed everything at once, I'm going to tell the world of Grace testimony. And guess what? That was when I had the worst. That was when I had the worst of the worst result in my life in medical school, or in my life, and I really hope it gets better all the way. So coming into the medical school, or before I entered medical school, I was a bright student. I was among the top students. I was not the brightest, but I was among the best students. So when I got to the medical first year, I didn't have any issue. It was a good one. Then second MBBS exam, I read very well. To be honest, I read as much as I think I did. I read as much as I can, and I failed one exam out of the 3. Nobody knows me, but I feel like I want to be the voice of the voiceless. I want to be the person that God used. Maybe I feel like everybody has a story. Some people have it go easy through medical school so easily, and some people just struggle. When I hear people tell me that they didn't really read for the exam, that they failed, I cannot understand it, because I actually read. Like the exam I failed, my second MBBS exam, BIC, when my tab result came out, even my mentor's score was worse than mine, and she told me what I have to go after. Don't worry, don't end the word. I gave my very best. Do you understand? But I guess my best was not enough. I failed it in chemistry. Then going forward, third MBBS exam, I read very well. Even morbid was supposed to be my favorite because I loved it, because I loved anatomy a lot. I wanted I was going to get a distinction in anatomy in second MBBS. Going forward, it now turned out to be a stick in my flesh. Like, it just happens that I don't get a full happiness. I feel I had low self-esteem. It happened the first time, I said maybe it's a mistake. It happened the second time, my morbid, I failed it. I was like, what is going on? Nobody knew about it. My family, yes, but nobody else knew about it, unless those that were my seatmates. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's quite an emotional video, so right, hear me, I guess. I failed again, and I was like, what is going on? What is wrong with me? Because the morbid, I read so much, and at the steeplechase, the steeplechase where you the ring bell, I could tell you that I got like 17/20 in my morbid, because I was scared I would fail it, because they asked us, is not Leon's theory or something, and I read the material, but I didn't focus on it because I feel like they don't ask it. And that's what came out. And I wouldn't say medical school I was not serious student. I attended my classes. I went for posting. You can actually ask my colleague. I was not an unserious person. I just don't know why I just wasn't getting it right. I don't want to start crying on this video, but it's quite an emotional. I just don't know why I wasn't getting it right. And then people will all come and they'll be happy and rejoicing, and I can't seem to get it why they are passing their exam and I'm not getting my full happiness. So I wrote stick and I passed and I went. Then my fourth MBBS exam, I said, this time never. I will pass. I will do well. I read my O1G. I read my pediatrics. Pediatrics was so sweet to me. It was my favorite. And it turned out that whenever I give a topic my favorite, that now changes to be a thorn in my flesh. Do you know something? I even thought that, okay, and my village people after me, I had to fast. I had to ask God, why me? Why me? It was very sad, because people don't know, like, even sometimes when we'll be in the exam hall and maybe before the exam starts, people will not ask me that, do you know the answer to this question? Do you know this question? They don't ask me. Actually, people that know my history, because they are like, oh, I don't blame them. It's a reflex action. Like, she won't know about it. She won't know the answer. They don't rate me. My self-esteem was stepped on in medical school. Every exam result that comes out, I feel so disappointed. People tell me that, or my relatives tell me that, make sure you pass your exam, make the family proud. And in my head, I'm like, do you think I want to make anybody? Do you even think I want to fail this exam? Medical school told me. I don't say it. I look a very strong person, but I don't really say it a lot. But medical school really, it affected my mental health so badly. That's one thing I don't like talking about, because Then my fourth and best exam, guess what? I failed O&G and pediatrics. I don't want to go into details on how it happened because I just followed. Maybe there are people following me. My pediatrics was good. I passed it. Even when I added my long case and my recent, I still passed the cutoff now because I failed my long case. Then you fail pediatrics automatically. For O&G, I read everything in O&G, but except 2 topics, and sadly enough, those topics I didn't read came out, and it was just sad. I just couldn't get it. I know in secondary school, no matter how bad an exam is, I see they pass, I see they smash. Like, as in, no matter how bad, I shall go write something and somehow we pass. Like, medical school was different. I was like, what is wrong with me? Am I dumb? Oh God. Thank God for friends. No matter if every time I fail, they always raise me up. They always come through for me. They always tell me that I will be fine, just keep pushing. My fourth MBS exam hit me so hard, so freaking hard that I almost wanted to kill myself because it felt like I didn't read for that exam. So my point is, if you're watching this video and you feel like medical school is eating you up, like it feels like no matter how much you try, you just still feel you just don't get it, I want to tell you that you're not alone in this journey. I just want to tell you that you're not alone. I promise God this. I didn't want to do this, to be honest, because I don't like people knowing about me, some things about me. I like keeping things like so they don't use it to judge me, you know, saying, oh, because she had receipts in school, that's why she's not smart, you know, she's not among the smart ones. Some people have it easy in school. You see me interviewing distinction candidates. You don't know how I feel when I just passed my receipt and I'm interviewing them. They have it easy, and then you're like, what am I doing wrong? How else do you want me to read? Like, what is the problem? I had to pray. I cried a lot. So I was reading, I was crying. I was crying. I need to cut this story short so that I have to go straight to what I have for today. But in summary is that I want you to know that you're not alone in this journey. I want you to just not doubt yourself. I want you to keep pushing. That effort you think you put, time, keep multiplying it, because at the end of the day, my final year, I passed all my exams. Like, I passed all my exams. I'm literally trying to remember how I felt when I saw that I passed all 3. Like, I was like, is this how you people have been feeling to pass an exam in one sitting? It was surreal. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this my result? I literally asked my please, can you check again? Is this my result? I passed medicine. I passed surgery. I passed community medicine in one sitting. God. It's changed so much for me. It did. It changed so much. A lot for me. It did. I finally started seeing myself in a new light. I started finally understanding myself. I started developing and like, okay, bless you, it's not all that bad. Can I actually make it? Maybe it's just, everybody has different stories. Because when you come out and you hear distinction candidates talk and say, hey, because they're not reading well, you don't know what God is doing for you if you're actually getting distinction. I think it's all by reading. I'm happy for you. I wish I can have it easy like you guys do. I want it, to be honest. I try to get it. When I keep seeing that scores are bad, I just kill that spirit. From this video, I just want to let you know that it's not the end of the world. Please don't look down on yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody. We all have different stories. Yet sadly, you might not be the hero in your story. You might be the or you might be the servants. But this world is a very wonderful place. Somebody might be doing so well in school, but coming out to the world, he isn't doing well. Like, he only knows the theoretical aspect but cannot handle it like hands-on. So please don't look down on yourself. You need all the therapy. Cry as much as you want, even cry in between your reading for your receipt, but push it harder, like harder than you did before. That's what I kept on doing till I passed. Like, what I did was, okay, I think this is the little story I said I was going to tell you about myself, but God came through for me at the end and help me, thank God. I wouldn't start this video off. I'm not comfortable with people knowing about me having a reason. I don't know, I feel like it says horrible because I know when I was in secondary school, I felt this way. I had it easy. I'm like those people that don't used to pass, they don't used to read, they don't know anything, and here I am experiencing and I'm realizing, oh, it's actually not what it looks like. So let's go to the question and answer for today. All right, so yeah. All right, so it's question time. So I posted something on my WhatsApp status that if you're in O23, this is for UNN students, but you mustn't be from UNN. You can actually be a medical student like struggling to medical school or about to enter in final, or you're in final, or you're just starting and you need help. So from these few questions that they asked me, so I'm going to use it to address. So why I decided to ask people specific questions, so I'll know what their problem is. I will not just be talking and beating around the bush. Try just hit the nail at the point. So someone said, how do I pass? This person that said this had an issue at reseated and failed again. Yes, medical school can be that bloody. You pass, you fail the receipt first time, you fail it the second time, it can be that bloody. And I stand and differ. Please don't ever look down anybody if you're watching this video and your medical school and you think you're having it easy. Please don't. If they come ask for your help, please don't feel like and think they don't know anything. Reach out to help them. God blessed you to be there for you to help and be someone that will help them in their times of need. That's why you are there. So let me start from this number one. How was I able to combine all three exam and pass all? I have pedo to write, I have O&G to write, and I don't know how to go about it. Somebody DM'd me and said that they failed the two of them, fourth NBX exam. Someone said they failed O&G, only someone they failed. When I failed my 12, I failed, I think it was November our result came out. So it's 3-month interval. So our exam was February, and February ended when our results came out. By the time I was done with that exam, I knew I had passed. Yes, there is this doubt in your mind, but I knew I had passed. And when my final year result came out, I felt more bold, but because I had trauma, having traumatized by medical school, so I still didn't believe that I would pass everything. Yes, I was very scared for ComMed because our ComMed theory was funny. My dear, do you know I read my ComMed materials 3 good times? Still, it wasn't funny. It was not still funny. ComMed is very elusive. Like, I don't know. But what I think what made me pass was my MCQ. Like, I read ComMed well, so the MCQ was very easy for me. But the theory, when the woman told us not to read it, and it came out, it threw everybody up because I was planning to let me grandma here. So no, me I know I could just write, and I was just writing anything I think that sounds like ComMed things. So ComMed but scared me because my surgery wasn't so bad in quotes. My surgery theory was, to me, out of, I think it was not 8 questions. Out of 8, I need like 6. So, but it's not good to leave any question on. So try and think and write something. Just try. But like out of it, in my main exam, I knew like 6 of the answers. Do you get? Of course, there'll be like 1 I in those 6 of them that you don't know. But yeah. So I'm going to answer for this person first. You can do this. I want you first of all, this is the game of the mind. I want you to put down what you think and what you know down. I want you to ask questions, not just from me only. Gather other people to get advice from everywhere you can get. Then settle down and make a plan, draw a plan that okay. Like now what I did when I failed, I had just 1 week break to myself. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home, go and spend time with my family. I did for Christmas, but like because this is my last time. No, yeah, it was my last. But like I went to focus. But when I passed my exam, the first 1 week I didn't open any book. And I started shooting after 1 week. Even when I went home, I was reading. I had a plan for every week. I said, this week I'm going to be done with pediatrics, like P1. Second week, I'm going to be done with P2. Third week, O&G1. Fourth week, O&G2. That's like the last first posting, second posting for O&G and Pedo. Like in 1 month, I should be done with all the materials. Entering the second week, I'm going to read it again. Because I realized that from my fourth MBS, I realized my problem was I don't read something once and retain it fast, unlike how I used to do before. So I need to read it countless times, and not just countless, and understand what the lecturer wanted me to understand from it. So that's what helped me pass my final year MB. Because fourth MBBS taught me that this is what lecturer actually wants you to, not what you think you should give them. So during those times, what I do is that I just read. I didn't attend any posting. Some people did though. Don't get me wrong. People that had 1, they did, but I had 2, and mine was very risky, and I had more tendencies to refail it again. So if you have 2, if you failed O&G and Pedo, I would advise you first attend your lectures, attend your medicine and so. Because when I was telling people that I want to pass my final, they were thinking it was a joke. That how can I do that? Like it's not going to be easy for me. How will I do? But see, here I am. I did it. Don't listen. What I did was that when medicine and surgery exams started, because there was attendance, And my uncle also advised me that I should go for these lectures. They would help me. So I was going for them. But ComEd, I didn't take the lecture. Let me be honest, ComEd lectures, I didn't take it serious. If you want to, fine. But for me, I didn't take it serious. And that was when I decided to use it to, okay, I did my attendance, my thumbprints, during ComEd time. No, most of them, I don't understand what they are saying. So like, I'm gone in that class. So I carried either my O&G material or pedo, whatever I go to. I have a target for every day. So if I don't cover that target, I won't sleep. So I don't know how you want to do your own. Do you understand? But make sure that you have a target for every day. What you want to do for today, how much you want to cover. So that's what I did. Like the first month, I covered everything. Even with my postings, I made sure I read. I was reading. I was trying to, because I couldn't do night class during lecture time because class started by 8 a.m. So at least I want to be sleeping in class and I want to be productive. So what I do is that, okay, let's say I come back from lectures by 5 or 6. Can I send to 5 or 6? Some days like 4 or 3. I'll come back, eat, sleep, just chill. When it's like 7, I start reading. Maybe 7 till 10 or 11, I read. So from 11, I sleep for the next morning. After the old lectures, the block lectures has been over, then I reschedule again. Now I have just me, my time to read. So now I had more time to cover a lot of things. I didn't go for my posting, but luckily I was doing comment at the time. And comment, I'm not going for a posting. Like we have like 1 or 2 weeks where you don't really go for postings and everything. So it was more like a win-win for me. Do you understand? So I had January, so I made sure January time. I didn't go for any posting. I didn't attend any posting. And luckily I was in a good. See, I was just lucky because I was in pharmacotherapeutics. If you're in pharmacotherapeutics in UNN. It's as good as you don't have it's as good as you don't have anything you're doing in that medicine. So and it was like 6 weeks, so it was like, oh, thank God. I just showed like maybe the first week, some few days, just show I didn't know I'm in. So when I want to sign out, they can still know say I came, but like most times I wasn't around. So all I did was read, eat, sleep, read, eat, sleep, read, eat, sleep. That's what I was doing. Your mind. Make sure that your mind is strong. This question is going to cover every question you're going to ask me. You either failed pedo or O&G or both of them. Your mindset. Pray as well. Pray as much as you are studying. I want you to sit down and read. I know you're feeling sad. You're still sulking in the failure. That's fine. Cry. Even within your reading. Cry. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to call, so anything that will make you read better, do it. If you want to go and eat food, do it. If you want to sleep and wake up, do it. But make sure you're constantly reading. Make sure you're reading. Whatever you decide to do, that's not my business. But make sure that they promise you to do to me like you're reading your book. If you're not reading, then there is a problem. Do you understand? And make sure that you meet people that will help you to, like, whenever this final exam, we all gather together, we'll do tutorials. So know what's happening. They'll create a group chat. So join people, listen to people. Whenever I want to go and clerk well. I was clerking a lot because I knew my parent in pedo was I had a bad long case. So I made sure that I was clerking twice every week. Ask people. And I even had to become patient friends because I said I know will fail again. I had a group discussion. It was just me and a guy. So like you have to sit down. Like nobody can do this for you if you do not sit down and draw your plan. I know that I said I use the exam, I will pass you. There's nothing Jupiter that's gonna change that. So yeah, so that was how I passed my pedo and O&G. Everybody is different. Just I want you to sit down and draw your plan. Listen to my advice. Listen to somebody else. So and then from there you can actually extract what you want. Going forward, after I passed my foreign-based exam, my receipt, I gave myself 1 month. Like I want to rest from the stress, from the trauma, breathe, go out, enjoy. Because when I start, I locked. So I had like March free for me. I enjoyed. I made sure I didn't open any book. I didn't care what anybody was saying. Going forward, when I entered April, May, and when I picked up again. I started asking anybody that was on Snapchat. They was doing snaps with me. Every night I was awake. Every night I made sure that at night because I realized that this nonsense phone distracts me. So people always chatting you up. Something will happen. So I made sure that night time was my best time because in night time everybody's sleeping or most people are sleeping. So nobody disturbs you. So you're more focused. So whenever anybody wants to, everybody's sleeping. So you just say, oh yeah, now only me and book today. So I read at night most times. I read in the daytime. I didn't have a particular perfect time, morning and night, but my preferred time was night time actually. So yeah, so that's it. So that was the same way I was reading for my fourth MBS, and that was the same way I was reading for my final year exam. I also learned something. I also want you to check yourself and know what you know you're not doing, because I realized that I didn't used to read everything. Like, I try and look at this, but they don't ask it in the past, but they don't ask it. My dear, please read everything. Read everything. And one mistake I wish I corrected in my final year was that start reading your. I wish someone told me this thing. Start reading your short postings first. Hey God. Final year material choke. You think pedo is you think pedo is the G? Tell me about it. Final year materials is plenary. So I advise you first, start reading your short postings first, both in surgery and medicine. Start with that, because 50% of your medicine, normal medicine, 50% of short postings. So don't say, hey, I'm going to read only medicine and leave short postings. You will fail. And sometimes your short postings even tend to be easier, and they repeat it well, so it helps you pass. So focus more on the things that will make you pass. So when you've reading your short posting and you've seen the thing they're asking, then you go to your medicine and surgery. Read everything. I repeat, read everything. Close to exam period, they will tell you people that some short person will come and do some revisions. Make sure you go for those classes. Read it. Read. Don't leave any book. Don't have regret. Let it be like, okay, you read and you now forgot. You can't remember. But read everything. If you forgot, it's fine. It happens to people. But make sure you read everything. At least the one that you have can make you pass. It's not 50% that you should pass. 50 over 100. Let's do it and make sure you pass. So that's my advice. Make sure that you read your short postings first before you go forward. This thing for ComEd, let me be honest with you. Please read that and close the exam period. Read ComEd close to exam, because if you like read it 5 years, beginning of the month of ComEd, beginning of your final year class, you will forget it. I'm telling you honestly, you will. So ComEd is more advisable that you read it close to exam period. Crash read it like you are finally, you know how to run this thing now. You know you're not a Jew, or you've been here since, so you know how medical school can be. So crash read and read as much. Read plenty times. 1, 2, 3. Don't dull. Do you understand? So yeah, that's how I got through it. Yeah. Seriously, that's how I got through it. So I've answered that. How do I combine? Someone asked, how do I combine everything so it doesn't choke me? I've told you how you can do that. Read your ComEd close to exam period. Read your surgery short postings first, both of them first, before you now start reading for your medicine and surgery. Because I'm going to say that your surgery I say that surgery MCQ is for the gods only. It's not for you to pass, because you won't even see your material. Not material you're getting. You will not see those answers in your MCQ. Attend your classes, medicine and surgery. Attend your classes well. Make sure you read those jottings. Make sure you read those classes. Don't be like me, because I don't know. I didn't know that I didn't read my, because it was a lot. God, I can tell you that you might not even be able to read everything, but try to read everything. I'm sure you might not be able to, but like try that. At least you tried. Let not be like, oh my, it choked me. But make sure you try and read everything, because they asked something that was in my notes. I was supposed to read that night, but I was like, I beg, I have something. I want to read this. I want to read this again and see. If I had read my notes, I would have sent it and I would have passed it. So make sure that you attend your lectures, please. Make sure and be attentive. Even if you want to be attentive and you want to be lazy, get notes for the course, or read, or snap, whatever you have to. Just make sure that class you get the notes for it. So what is the nature of final year and final MBBS like? Well, final MBBS is, you said, like ComEd, surgery and med. Like they say, if it's medicine like is a continuation of pediatrics, because you'll be seeing many alike things that you saw. So it's not far-fetched. The only thing that will be new there is just ComEd and surgery. You might be seeing some like things, but surgery and ComEd is not what you've been doing before. So it's quite different from medicine. Medicine is more chill. Do you understand? And medicine, you can actually pass medicine more, actually, because it's quite easier. Because you can write about hypertension, encephalopathy, or write about heart failure, all this congestive cardiac failure. So it's something that is common. So medicine theory is not actually bad. Even the MCQ is not actually very bad. Medicine is not really so much of a problem. If you read it though, don't say this one is for the gods. Carry everybody along. That was my problem. This is my favorite. Don't do anybody favor. That's not your favorite to fail you. Carry everybody, give everybody their equal priority. If you give person 10%, give everybody 10%. Don't give anybody partiality. That's how to pass. Don't give anybody more focus. Do you get? Why I'm saying that comment read close to the exam period is because if you read it earlier, you can actually decide to read it, but you forget it. Let me be honest. Do you know I read that material 3 good times, 3, and still in the exam I was thinking what's the answer of this question. So yeah, that's the exam. So it entails for comment there's your viva, there is your internal defense where you have to do projects and everything. Don't worry, don't be bothered. Just ask when is going to be your turn. Don't worry, don't think too much about this final. It will come. Don't worry. All these things you're worried about, because you're just starting. Just be going with the flow, ask questions, meet people. You'll find yourself getting it. It's like, oh, is that all? So it's not as bad. Don't think it too much. Don't be too bothered about it. So yes, you have internal defense for comment, revival, internal defense. You have your speeches, they call it on the project into a question on it. I don't know what it's called again. Is it OSPN, OSPS? You have that for comment. You have your MCQ, you have your theory, your mock. I can't tell you this is how the exam will be like, because during that time it was not the normal way. There was clinical acumen, if you heard. So it's not the normal way. So but just they will tell you how the exam will be like. But how hard was that the first thing we wrote was MCQ, 50 questions. Then followed by that's comment on that, followed by LOSP, which is also in the mock. That's a mock day. You write your MCQ and your OSP. Yes. Then for your main exam, you write your MCQ first, then theory. That's it. Then after you now write your viva. Make sure you have a good there's also mark from your project and mark for your internal defense. So take them serious. Just want to comment to check your money. Comment have ego. Obupa too sweet. Everybody's about but you spend money, roughly 30k, 40k, 30k. Not that the economy is getting bad, because you even reach 40k, but you just budget 30 or 40k for Obupa, because when you're there, nobody's feeding you. You're the adults, so you have to buy food. At some point, people do ending of the 2 weeks Obupa posting, so you want to contribute money so you can enjoy it. Please enjoy whatever they're doing. Anything they're doing with your classmates, please do it and you'll finally enjoy, because you ain't gonna see nobody again. Unless like very few of them. So yeah, so that's comment. My comment is also your material. Go get that compared material, you're good to go. Also that statistical man textbook too. They have soft copy. Go and get it and collect. You don't have to buy the test. For medicine entails exam is first hour we had tests. So our test was theory. They don't give us theory back and forth theory. Like they are loving it too much. And I see them give us clinical acumen, 15 questions, another 5 happen to answer each of them. So it could be the same for you guys, it could be different for you guys. Do you get? So but yeah. So our test first we wrote was theory, either 3 or 4, that all. I can't remember, but yeah. Then after clinical acumen, where they project the slide and then tell you to answer 15 questions, under 5 minutes for each question. Then the same. That was what our mock was. Then our main was MCQ, normally 100, and then theory, then OSP. So that's surgery, the same thing. You write our surgery mock was bloody. My brain has left me. Our surgery mock was bloody. We wrote everything in one day. This want to kill us. I don't know how I did this finally, but oh my God helped me. We wrote OSP the same day. We wrote theory. 8 questions, not like main exam the same day. We also wrote MCQ the same day. Sometimes I meant to write in different days, everything one day. So it was such a very long thing. You'll be stressed in this exam, but make sure you push. You don't want to go and you don't want to write the exam in the second sitting. Make sure you push. Try as much as you can. If it happens to you, I guess you tried. Nobody wishes for evil, but so that's just basically it. That's how the exam is like. So when there's comment, we post the comment. Like I said, don't worry. They will post your timetable. They'll tell you when you're going to do your own batch. So don't bother about it. Don't worry. They will send the batches, so you know when you're going to do. Some people do maybe beginning of this January. Since surgery and comment posting now. So some people might do beginning of that. Some people might do ending of your final MBS. So it just depends on where they post you. Don't worry about that. Order of final year and what it entails and how to balance it. Final year is final year. Exams, just make sure that at every point in time they are enjoying every moment of it. Go for class get-togethers, whatever you have to do, over posting, go for it, enjoy, make sure you read. Even when over posting, I mean, maybe just being honest with you, you know go read, you know go jack, because you are forming yoga. I can't read book, I open only one page I read. That person not even encourage you to read, because the environment they might not be light, so just enjoy it. Spend months your class and enjoy the moment. So yeah, so just make sure that you read your book every time. Create when you want to start. Some people started reading earlier on. They like by the time I was done with my receipt, maybe I know someone that if you ask her any question she don't get, I'm acting vulgaris and shows the answer. Yeah, just the start. So but I still pass. So that's the thing. So just know what works for you. If you have been passing, then good for you. Like, no what works for you. If you start early, then good for you. Good. If you start late, good for you. Me, I couldn't start early because of course I had a receipt, so I couldn't start early. So what are the best study material? So people read Badger. I tried, but it no agree me. It was a lot. People that read it are strong. Final year material is a lot. Like so much. You just be seeing material flying bars, boss. You think you are done reading. See me as well, I was done reading. I'll keep seeing it. I was like, what? So it was a lot. But if you can read Badger, good. What I did was that I read the guide because most people that can read the guide though. I wish I read that because many things that came out from the guide came out in our theory. Read the guide, medicine and surgery. Make sure you read it. So what I want to advise is that if I would have done this, I would have read my short postings, all of them, finished really well, summarize it in a book or something, read it again, then read the guide, medicine and surgery very well, read it front to back, maybe 2 times. Then I'll now go to the class materials or class notes I wrote, and then read it. You see it to help you. So all these are the things. For medicine, I didn't read my David, but materials was the best block. Materials was good. It was surgery that most people, I don't know where they're bringing their function from, but it's good. I'll judge them. We're enjoying the class. I'm still kind of going to be telling you, you should be sweet to them, and then will be teaching you, be happy. Oh yeah, now go and send an exam hall. You're natural. Oh yeah, so their classes are very good and they teach well, no doubt. Then what else again? Comment. I told you there's your material. Go to the comment materials. That's this book. Get soft copy to go. Then in our set, it be like say they don't do past question because all the past question where I think they go answer, they don't ask. So okay, yeah, our mock there's this doctor. What's the name? There's this doctor. We had a group chat that taught us. So most of the things he taught or he helped us do came out. Maybe people can ask about. I don't know what is his name. I can't remember. Maybe I'll write on this video when I'm going to edit this. I'm going to find the name and write. He helped us to pass our exam. Our mock was so sweet. Thanks to him. Everything he taught in that group came out. So yeah. So like the questions, medicine can repeat because they don't have any new question. Most of them are older questions. So read your past questions, your theory, most of them really well. MCQ. Well, I didn't remember MCQ because there were plenty. So if anybody can compile, like Crimson gave those past questions, so if you can, but nothing even show for this. But yeah, just make sure that you read past questions because it helps you to orient yourself to know what you are going for. Did you get my point? Then after the textbooks that I recommend, then tips to pass because workload seems to be, yeah, I think that is all I have for today. So in summary, the thing is that final year is a lot. Go with the flow, be serious, trust yourself, pray, hard work, smart work, not just hard work, smart work. Yeah, radiology, our hospital was not so bad. Yeah, it was good. Please, don't do that whenever it's not your set. You're not going. It will shock you that they will catch you and you will not. So please, that's my advice. If you know that is your number fall in the particular number, read very well so that when during that time your number falls, maybe you're the first set. Please go. Don't say you go later. I was planning to do that though. Tell you I didn't go because I just I would have restarted again. So please don't do it. Yeah. So just read as much. Pray. When you start final year first of all, it's just a chill. Small. If that means you did not fail though. Chilling, read small, play, read. Maybe close to like I don't know how they want to do your exam because they gave us time. They might not give you guys time. So I would advise you start reading on time. But this when it's doing this block lectures, you might not really be very lazy. Just try and reading small. After the block lecture now, if you're not a good you can start reading well. Ginger. Don't worry, just the same way you pass for the based exam, you will pass final year. You have been doing this thing. Don't worry. Those that fail, you'll be fine. Just make sure that you owe yourself that hard working, that prayer, that commitment. The same God that did it for me, you do it for you that is watching this video. You will pass your final best or any exam you want to write, even if it's for any exam you want to write. As you're watching this video, I speak to that the anointing that God has given to me to pass my final exam. You will pass your exam no matter what the devil says in the name of Jesus. So yeah, I think that is the questions I have answered. Because it's quite a very long video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate it. If you have more questions, ask me. Please just kindly send in your comments. I'll reply them, okay, in the most brief way I can. But that's just it. So you take care of yourself and thanks for watching. Bye.